Hey everyone! For today's video, I would like to show you how I made these candle holders, and they are made of wood. We are going to be using xTool D1 laser engraver laser cutter, and also the measurement of the candle holder is about 3 inches by 4 1/4, and they are painted as well, and we usually use them as night lights. And yeah, they are very pretty, and I hope that you will enjoy this tutorial, so stick around.
Yummy!
Okay, so here are the materials that we are going to need. So first, we have this basswood, 3 millimeters in thickness, 12 inches by 12 inches. I got it from Amazon. And we also have here this spray paint. I have metallic gold. I like this color, but you can use whatever color you like. I have here Gorilla Glue, and this is the wood glue that we're going to use to put the pieces together. And I also have here these push pins. These are not required, but it will really just help you keep your wood in place when you are engraving. It comes in very handy. And here I have a tape measure, and I just use that, so basically just to get the actual measurement of my wood, because the wood is advertised as 12 by 12, but it's really not 12 by 12. It's about 11.8, something like that. So just to make sure that you have the correct measurement. And then I have here this little tiny and thin blade cutter. I just use this to help me get the little pieces out after the cutting is done. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we are now in LightBurn, and I have here the templates already uploaded, and I got this from Etsy. Of course, you can create your own, but really this is not that expensive, so it might be worth it for you to just get it. They also have other designs, but for this one, for this tutorial, we're gonna use this design. And then I have here a square, and as I have mentioned in my previous videos as well, I like using shapes to as a guide to help me make sure that I am putting my template in correct places, and when I cut them, they will be cut within my material and they won't go over. And here, if you may have noticed that I use 11.8 by 11.8 and not by 12 by 12. I measured this wood, or my wood. It's not really 12 by 12. So just want to make sure that I got that correctly. And I would then put my template inside that guide. And if you're gonna look here, I have my settings. For my speed, I have 3 millimeters per second and 100% power. And I have line because we're gonna cut it. I only have one for number of passes. Always do a test run because not every wood is the same. Some are very different, and depending on the wood you're using, the glue that they use to prepare that material might be different, so it might affect your cutting. So just make sure that you are going to do a test run first so that you don't waste your material and the time that you spent cutting your material. And yeah, I don't have really anything else there, so I'm gonna click OK. And over here, I'm just gonna turn on air assist, of course, show and output. And down here for my square, I'm not gonna turn on anything but the show, because like I said, I just want to make sure that I have that as a guide. It's not gonna be cut because I turned off output, and of course I'm not gonna also use air assist for that. So this is all set and ready to go. I will just make sure that I know the time it will take to finish cutting this. So right now it says that it's almost an hour before we can see the this material being finished. And then I also wanna note that how my laser works um, is a little different from yours, maybe. I don't know. This is just how I set up mine, and I had to learn my laser, and I would suggest the same thing. Know your laser, but how mine works is that I have to flip it over, and so I'm just gonna flip that over by using this mirror option right here. Just want to make sure that it will be in place. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to frame our laser and our material, and I'll see ya. Okay, so here is now my board, and it is on top of my honeycomb, and I also use these push pins, if you may have noticed, to just hold that board in place. And then I also set my board to make sure that this is aligned. And what I like to do before start framing is just to make sure that everything is aligned properly, is that I would drag my laser head and see if that is somehow aligned using the crosshair. And same thing on this side, I just drag it, and using that crosshair it will tell me that the material is either crooked or just right. And so now I am going to click frame in my LightBurn, and you will see that our material is properly aligned. Okay, and then so now like I mentioned earlier, and I did this also in my previous video, that just how my laser works, I have to just push it right there and really not use the crosshair to start, and instead I'm just going to use the laser head right here, and I just have to move that where I need it to be, and that is going to be my starting line. So yeah, I got it there, and then what I'm gonna do is I will click start and we'll start lasering. And by the way, I forgot to mention that before you hit start, don't forget to turn on your air assist. That will really help you, and yeah, I'll see ya. So here our laser is starting to cut, and it will take a while, but I will show you when it's done. Okay, so our laser is now done cutting, and as you can see, it cut pretty well. Okay, so all you gotta do is just remove all these things from the inside. You can just push them out. And also, as if you can remember, I mentioned about that blade. You can use whatever you want, but you can use that so that you can just push these out, just in case they're not totally cut. But in this case, it is cut right there, so all you gotta do is just push them out. Once you're all done doing that, we are going to paint these pieces, and then we are ready to put the pieces together. Okay, so here are now the pieces that are painted, and I'll just show you that I only painted just one side because we are gonna put them together, and the sides that are painted are gonna be the ones on the outside. So yeah, we'll just put them together, and then we're gonna use super glue to keep them together. Okay, and I'll show you the actual product. Okay, so here is now what we have after we put the pieces together, and as you can see, the glue is still not dry, so we're just gonna give it some time. Also, it's not required, but it is very nice to use this as well. This is a sealer, gloss finish, fast drying, and it's really just for extra durability if you want it. And also I use these flameless candle lights that I put inside it. You can use whatever you want, but these are just pretty cute. They're battery operated, and at nighttime they work well, but if you can find another candle or anything safe that you can put inside it, it works very, very well. And that's it for our tutorial, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!